Hello everyone, welcome once again to Investing with a Difference. I'm back with the weekend update. We will look at the markets, we'll look at some news in EOS world, and we will talk about what are the key things which are going around. So first of all, I think the market is recovering, especially EOS is now settling above $5. So I hope that people are feeling better about their investments because I think it was a concern in the market because Bitcoin was crashing. We were again looking like very vulnerable in terms of how low this market can take you, and that's a good news. I think even Bitcoin is kind of taking a breather, so we keep showing you this area. I think I've been talking about so many times about this buying zone around the $6,100 to $6,300, and this is still maintaining, which is a great sign. I think it's a nice up move of 6 to 7% from these lows, and I hope that this sustains and we can try to go back to the upward, like upper part of this channel. So if you see this channel being formed, I think it's not correctly drawn my, yeah, now you can see it better. So this is the channel I'm talking about, and we may actually, the best case scenario is we can try to go near $7,000 and take the market along with it. So what is really happening is, if you remember, we talked about this particular fall was driven by Ethereum. So what happened in last couple of days is that Ethereum is trying to get a big bounce because see, it has fallen a lot, right? Means it's typical and natural response. There are a lot of buying comes in when people see that okay, maybe it's fallen too much and it's a great value. So at this moment, it's too early to say whether this correction is over in Ethereum because this can be a dead cat bounce, this can be value buying, but there is no evidence to suggest that the selling is come over. So be careful out there if you are trying to speculate in Ethereum. I'm pretty happy though that Ethereum is recovering because, as I talked about in a previous video, even today, while we talk about the scalability issues with Ethereum and what's happening, we still need Ethereum to be strong for the health of the overall market because most of the coins, if you look at most of the cryptocurrencies, they are still using ERC20. They still need a healthy Ethereum, and they are sitting on the funding of those ICOs was based on Ethereum, and we don't want the whole crypto world to come crashing down just because Ethereum is crashing. So what's really happening here is there is no change. If you look at a bigger picture, there is no change in the way Bitcoin is still gaining dominance, and it is though it had gone to all the way up to 57%, it's coming down to close to 55% now again. So I think the altcoins are still struggling, even though we have some breather and in the correction, and we are seeing some improvements. So overall, I would say it is a kind of a tricky market. The good news is that we did not make new lows in this bout of correction in EOS, and that's where I'm pretty happy that EOS is still holding strong. So what's the news? So let's look at some EOS news, and one big news which is coming around is some hackers are trying to use these early days of EOS. So as you can see, this is first of all, let me make you understand. The media will talk about it, and you may listen about this further around EOS got hacked or something. So remember, this is the EOS smart contract. So when you deploy a smart contract, uh, and they can have bugs because these are codes written by developers, and as you know that there was a big race to get your games launched early, and because there are so many gambling games and there are so many other apps which are trying to do the same thing. So EOSbet, which is one of the most popular, they have a big pot now. So they were actually most vulnerable because the hackers, they tried to go and create a fake transaction. This was actually spotted very quickly. Thankfully, they did lose some 40,000 EOS. That's what is being claimed. It is not officially confirmed, but this is what many websites are claiming. I see some of them claiming all the way up to $600,000, not $200,000 hack. So I don't know what's the real reality of it. Only EOSbet will know how much of EOS was lost with that. But what we understand is that they took the game down for some time. They have identified the bug and they're trying to fix it. Some other similar attacks were done on DEOS game, which is much lower in volume, so they didn't. Hopefully, they didn't lose much. But I think this is common in early days. People are trying to be in a hurry to launch their apps. The good news is that no person was cheated, or the people who are playing, they did not get cheated. It was just a fake transaction to game the system itself, and I hope that these apps they have made enough money to be able to recover from this kind of a loss because of this bug. So, but in general, I think not a uh, thing to worry. These things will happen. These are because of I think the smart contract bugs, and I hope the better systems come into place. People do due diligence and testing, and maybe some kind of a review. I think we need some better tools to make sure that smart contracts are reviewed for safety before they are deployed. So what is next? So I think we already did a video, so do watch it. So again, I'm very excited about the EOS DevCon. So it's a pretty good thing because you need to have more engagement with developer community. You need to build infrastructure around how do you go and incubate people, how do you get more and more people developing on EOS. So this is a great initiative, and we are partnering with the EOS DevCon as a media partner, and we do have a promo code. So do use IWAD if you're going there. I would definitely recommend, and I'm planning to go there. And you can buy your tickets now because they are early bird pricing. And we did a video. To watch it. We talk more about it, and also I talked about the new event which we are doing in San Francisco on November 12th. That is a scaling blockchain one-day event. This is again a event focused on app developers as well as investors. And do wait for more details. I'm going to soon announce it. So what else is going on? I think one, as we always look at our proxy and the responsibility we have done a lot of BP focus series of interviews. So you must have seen EOS Nation, EOS Authority, Cypherglass. I do recommend us if you have any particular BPs you would like us to bring to the show. And we still have a long list of people who are planning to be on our show, and we are going to record and start uploading them as and when we are able to. So I hope that you're enjoying it. Just one thing I want to clarify: any video you are seeing on YouTube, they are not sponsored. They are any discussion we are doing, they are not pre-planned. When I'm taking these BPs for interviews, we are just doing it spontaneously. Whatever comes to my mind, no question are prepared and sent to them. And just to highlight you, because I think some people were confused, because we are a proxy, we need to have very clear communication to you, and none of the YouTube videos will ever be sponsored. That's what that's a policy we have right now. And if we do take any sponsorship, we will very clearly declare it. So anything like the referral codes, yes, they benefit us, but so that they are not designed to promote anything. They are just referral codes. If you use that, if you really go and participate in those apps or any events, those are the only benefits we get, but there is no direct sponsorship involved. Now, coming back to the proxy part, so we are still becoming a reasonably big proxy. So we want to make sure that we keep highlighting these block producers. Some people were asking if they want to research their own block producers. So the easy way to go and look at the list we are voting for is just click on this Aloha Proxy portal, and you have this list of 30 block producers we vote for. You can go review them. You can ask questions. We want to engage with people. So come to our Telegram channel. You can discuss about it and do highlight to us what you are seeing out there. And we always recommend people to vote themselves if you can. If you can research, but do vote. That's the most important thing. If you cannot research, please use any of the proxies. And that is the only thing which we are trying to achieve here. And a weekend reminder that now we are heading into weekend. Please take time, 10 seconds of your time, to refresh your proxy. We still have 41,000 votes which have decayed, so that is 2.75%. But as I keep saying, that this is a great community, very very educated, because we see that overall decay in the system is 5.6%, and I'm very proud to say that the people who are watching this channel, they are keeping their votes updated, and we only have 2.75%. But of course, we can always improve on this. So please go refresh your votes, and hopefully we can bring it further down and make a bigger impact. So what else is happening? I think we talked about the objective metrics which EOS Mechanics had created for CPU performance. So one more thing which came to my attention is there's another site which is EOSBPstats.com. They were doing this for some time now, and I happened to talk to this developer over Telegram, and he's like based in Thailand. And it's very exciting, like when it's places where they're not in focus right now for EOS. There are like communities forming, a lot of work being done. And this was very, very interesting for me, so I wanted to highlight this. So this guy has done a very good tool. You can look at not only the average CPU times, and you can also look at blocks, like how many blocks a block producer produced. Ideally, if somebody is missing blocks, they will have a dip here, and you can choose which block producer to see. And you can also look at what is the like average, and which are the block producer who are missing. So if you can see here, this there's a new block producer. I'm still learning about it. EOS space. They are very brand new in block 21, and what you're seeing is they are already missing blocks. Not too bad, but they are below average. So we need to look into that. The CPU transaction time, you see some of them are below average, like or in fact it's above average. So lesser CPU time per transaction is good. So anybody who is above that, we need to. I hope that they keep improving. Now, what we saw is these tools are how they're helping. So if you see here, average CPU time per transaction. So a lot of people were talking about start EOS. They were identified as the outlier because they were way higher up as compared to the rest of them. And in last few days, if you see, they are actually going down. So these tools are not really to highlight that these are bad block producers. These tools are good for actually calling out to the block producers that you have scope to improve. And if you see here, Start EOS has actually improved quite a bit, and now they are almost one of the best in last couple of days, which is a great news. I think this is exactly what we need these tools to do, and it's a great service. Anybody who is developing these tools, I think EOS Mechanics did it, and as I said, that these are smaller communities and people who are working for the passion of EOS, and this is really exciting about it, and I'm really happy. And when I talked to this developer, he showed me the roadmap. Like he said that they are working on a lot of other tools like this, like token statistics, top account holders. So we already know that a lot of these things are available in blocks.io and some big tools which big block producers are developing. But I think these are some amazing stuff which is coming out of some smaller communities, and I wanted to highlight it to you. And I'm very, very happy that to see these things, to see the passion about EOS, and the people working on so many things which can benefit EOS. So that's all from here, guys. So please keep sending us your feedback. We are still looking for participation in our own event on November 12th. Our goal is to continue expanding EOS ecosystem, and as a community, we can all do it together. So have a great weekend. Please like this video and share it if you really like the content, and spread the word about how great EOS can really do in terms of scaling the applications, making this particular blockchain world really coming to actual users, and really coming to real apps which we want to see run on blockchain and not on some big cloud servers which we do not have any control over. So thanks a lot. Bye for now, and I hope everybody enjoys this weekend, and looking forward to this weekend from London. We should expect some great news in terms of the hackathon over next 1 week. I think a lot of people are going there, so we should have news coming in starting next week, and next couple of weeks will be very good because we are hearing EOS Phoenix already is in beta, which is going to be a big, big deal. And we definitely are waiting for Block.one announcements in next couple of weeks. So looking forward to next few days, and let's be back here and discuss more things. Keep sending us your feedback. And a final reminder, do join our Telegram channel. The link is right here on the corner on our channel, and participate in the discussion. We have some great community forming on Investing with a Difference Telegram channel. So thank you once again. Bye for now.